Good afternoon, Pam. Can you see my desktop? Please, any one of you confirm. My voice is audible. Can you see my desktop? Is my screen is visible? Preetham, Rajesh Kumar, any one of you, please tell. My voice is audible for you. Okay, Rajesh. Thank you. Fine. We'll start the class few minutes. Okay. So last class we were discussing about importing data from CSV file. Then what are the other things we have done? How do you insert shapes and diagrams? Then what else we have seen from data tab? Consolidation, sorry, data validation. So that much we covered last class. Okay. So today's topic will start up with under same data tab. What if analysis? Okay. So under data tab, we have here one of the option, what if analysis. About that we will discuss today. So under that we have three options. One is scenario manager. Second one, goal seek. Then we have data table. So today's topic continue with what if analysis command, which is in data tab. Under data tab we have this. So it's, if this is the case, what will happen if you wanted to forecast your future sales, or you wanted to get the expected value in a cell. So for all this I can introduce scenario manager. So the first option, we start up with scenario. So the first example, let us have your expenses, revenue, then we will try to calculate profit. So expenses amount will give some amount. So how much profit I got? So we'll be calculating revenue minus expenses. So we assume these are all in dollar value. So number format, you can take dollar value with 0 decimal. Okay. Now you can consider this. It's a small formula where revenue and expenses, which is for one particular department. For example, it is for marketing department. Like that, I wanted to compare, or I wanted to pass different revenue and expenses for different department, or in other way, I wanted to analyze for various department. If this is the revenue, this is the expenses, what could be the profit? So there are various level you can analyze. Now the simple one, for the same set of data, if I have different values, I want to analyze and I want to view it. Then you can see now, we'll go to data tab. So data, under that, what if analysis, scenario manager. So basically it's for analyze with the different actual with budget value, like that you can consider. Or in future also, I wanted to expect same result or same profit for the further years in that analysis. Or when I'm considering expenses for a department or for a company, if I set different constraints in the expenses, different constraints in the revenue, what could be my profit? So in these analysis, I can introduce scenario manager. So now you can see, I just add here the scenario name as, so now I want to calculate for finance department. So let me try with the scenario name as finance, changing cells. So which are the two cells are involved in this? Right now, it's a small calculation, revenue minus expenses. So here I take the two cells. I'll say, okay, now what is the value you are expecting? So now in 23,000, if you have a different value, different opinion, maybe I say expenses, I may invest up to 30,000. So I can change the value to 30,000. Then revenue, I'm expecting to reach up to 60,000. So whatever you are planning, whatever your forecast, and how much input if you give, what output you are expecting, for all these analysis, I can use scenario manager. So now I selected only two input cells and the name I have given as finance. So let me assume this is for finance department. Then add another department. So now marketing, finance over. Now let me say sales. So it's for sales department. Next, the changing cell, automatically it has taken E5 and E6. Right now, this is E5 and E6. Say okay. Now, suppose I plan for less. Maybe I reduce the cost as 20,000, but I'm expecting the revenue as 45. Or so if you reduce investment is less, then automatically the profit value will also be less. So I add to 42,000. So it depends on your different inputs, what you are expecting or what is happening in real time, how you want to improve in future. I may say, I wanted to achieve my profit as $30. So how much I should spend for spend money and how much revenue I can expect. So all this analysis you can try through scenario manager. Now I have given two different inputs. You can see finance and sales. Now, if you want to see the summary of it, how it's reflecting, how you want to compare. So click on summary, select summary button. So scenario summary. So if I do changes in the two cells, which is the resultant cell. So where it gets affected, which is in E8. So already it has got selected by itself. Suppose if the resultant cell you wanted to locate different cell, you should select. So right now it's Below the two cell only, this is the resultant cell. So it has taken automatically. Now you can say, okay. So you can consider it has automatically added by its own table the name scenario summary. What is the actual value right now in your sheet? What is the value? So that data, and what could be the result. Now if I increase, so what I invested for finance, so what output I can expect, what is it I'm expecting in sales, and how much profit I'm getting. So now you can consider what is the current value in the cell. In the same cell, what are the other possible values which I can expect, which I'm going to plan. So that report I'm getting. For example, if when when I'm discussing with my management, they are telling we go for the sales plan, we go for the finance plan. Suppose if they are telling we agree for finance, okay, then what I'm going to do here, we will change the plan to from the current value to finance value. So how do I do that? You can go to what if analysis scenario manager. You can say show this value. So which scenario is accepted finally, or which under which project you are involving now. Now if I say finance, if I say show, you can see the value will be changed. You could see this. Okay, if I'm telling sales, I can change it. So for the current cell, the referred, this is not only less cell, like it could be a complete plan for a different months, different years, or various input for the result. So means if you have big data also, you can analyze in this way. If these are all the inputs, if I give, what could be my result? After discussing with our officials, then finally they approve one plan that I can reflect in my worksheet. Based on that, execution can happen. Getting? So this is called scenario manager. You can plan your actual with budgeted values. You can plan your expenses, which is allocated for various department. You can plan the to like current year sales, which same I should get in the next year. So the first goal, primary goal is next year I should get same sales, plus if I want to get extra. So what are the things I should do? So all this I can plan with the accounting values. When I'm planning, what are the different inputs if I pass, the output I will get. If I want to analyze this, you can use scenario manager. So instead of giving a bigger table, I have shown you very simple, only two cells are involved, and I showed you the output. So suppose right now I said in my department, they approved for finance plan. So if I say show, immediately that value will be changing. Now you can close. And this report will help you for just analyzing if this is the input. So what are the other departments, what are the other quotations you got, that you can compare. And finally, you can finalize with one value. Okay. So any doubts, you can ask me. If this is the input I give, what output I get? So to achieve this much sales in the next year, what are the inputs I should pass? What are the area I should concentrate? What are the expenses I should incur? So all this I can find out using scenario manager. Okay. So where the input values will be, I have given only two. You can introduce or you can try with various inputs. So any doubts, you can ask me. Okay. Next, the same we will consider with a different example. So you can consider this table. I got various gaming products and I got the sales, the price, and how much I got the sales, how much sales I, or in which price we sold out in different months, or you can enter even throughout the year. So finally, what is the total amount we got? So everything we have total here. Okay. So now, so this is your total item, what you have, but we got the sales in January 208, February 169, March 110, then April 109. So what is the base price and what you have like the selling price in different months I got, and totally you can find out how many items you have sold out. That is also placed over here. Now I want to plan the same from January to April. If I want to achieve the same sales, or we will enter here total sales once again. So its overall values 687. Now use data ribbon, what if analysis, scenario manager. Now let us say add here. So the same amount of sales I wanted to get in the next year. So scenario name maybe 2022. Changing cells. Which are the changing cells? Now in this, not one cell or two cell, there are multiple cells are involved. So how do I expect here? Once again, we have to do some changes over here. So it's from C3. Price also I've taken. Yeah. So total, okay, so now you are getting some error. Already we have discussed about formula auditing. You can check. Omits adjacent cells. Yeah. So we don't want B3. B3 is price. So I'm this to ignore this. I'm giving here ignore. Yeah, ignore the error, we can say. So I don't want this error. So let us ignore. Yeah, let it be, no problem. So now we got the total sales for the year from January to April. It is 596. So you wanted to refer month wise or product wise, it is your choice. So let me give for few products. So the first product name is Boggle. Let me give the same name. Changing cells from C3 to F3. Say okay. It will ask you for input different values. Right now, actual values 11, 25, 17, 12. So I try to alter, instead of 11, let us take 15. Okay, I'll add next one. So the next product name is code names. So let me use the same name. So it's now the changing cell is next cell. So this is about code name. So if I say okay, now it's showing the current value. Let me change for further. So I can input different values as what is our expectation, what we are going to plan, that you can give. Then add another scenario manager where the scenario name is exploding kittens. So I just write the half of the name exploding and changing cells. So now I can choose the rest, the third row. So again, I can input for different values. So I'm giving, it can be less or more. It is your choice. It need not to be same, or it like however we wanted to, we are expecting, we are going to invest, we are going to input, or what is your expected range, that values you are going to substitute, because it's for planning purpose. Finally, which plan will get approved, you will execute it. That is a meaning. Now exploding also I've done. So fourth and another two is there, let us finish that also. So that is mad gap. So changing cells, because it is different scenario, so that's the reason every time it's getting altered. So that's the reason first data I've given very simple one to make you understand. Then add another, the last scenario is skip bow. So let me the default value or any one, let me change here. Say okay. So I planned the different inputs for each product in the month January, February, March, and April. Now, just to go for summary, you can see the report again. So which is the resultant cell? What is the final resultant cell here? So by input all, what is the final value? That 596 is the total sales of this year. Here, what you are expecting, that I have done. So say okay. So as because of different values, you are getting different table. So for various changes, what is your actual value? 596. And as you changed for the, which is actual is will be in gray color. What you altered will be in this color. That means white. Dark gray is actual, which is original value of all. Whatever changes we have made, that will be in white color. Where it is in row wise, now it is in column wise. That's the reason. Now you can observe here one changes because of all the data, because of changes in the Boggle. What is your total sales? I'm getting 600. Because of changes in code names, I'm getting 632. Because of the changes in which product, exploding product, I'm getting 571. So the way how you will do approach, how you will analyze, it depends. Okay. So whatever current value in that, what are the changes we have done? In this cell, we have changed to this, whatever value is coming. The rest of all, it's same. So the comparison I've taken row wise, that's the reason it's giving so much information for us. Okay. So what is the actual and what I have changed? That value you can see. So Boggle, this is the new changes. In Codemans, this is the new changes. In Exploding, we have changed. In Mad Gap also we changed. And Skippo also we have changed. Okay. So if this is the case, what will be your output? Suppose they have approved in the next year, we can target the sales of the 612. So to achieve the 612, what I should do changes here. So I can take my sheet here. I can place cursor, as I said, scenario manager. So exploding, I will update. You can observe only the exploding data. So right now 33, 38, 25, 15. If I say exploding, only that part will be changing. You are getting? Suppose they are saying you can work on mad gap. If I say show in mad gap alone, it will get changed. And because of that, your total sales will get reflected. You can see. So in simple form, I can tell for in the actual sheet, actual cell, you have one set of value. For that, you can create different set of values using scenario manager, where they can compare, analyze, and they can approve one particular budget. If they say yes, that value you can reflect to your cell. And anytime, suppose for example, I have this plan. I'm working for finance, one particular department. Finance department means I can show the finance value. When I'm same thing, when I'm planning for a sales department, I can select sales scenario. When I'm working for HR department, I can change to HR values. So one area, one cell, but you can work for a lot for different departments, but that cells will, all the values in the cells will get reflected as per your changes. So it could be, as I said just now, I have in a sheet one value for one department. The when I'm going, when I'm working with other department, I can take another department values, I can reflect in my cell. So that is one way. Second thing, after finalizing all the comparison values, if they say in, like for example, this year, next year, we concentrate on this product exploding. So now if I say show, it reflect my exploding value. If I say boggle, it reflect my boggle values. So this is if this is the input, and what will be your output, that comparison. Or you can plan for various departments, or you can work with the different departments, you can add different scenarios. So this will be saved along with your worksheet. Anytime you can come back and you can add all these things. Okay, so any doubts, you can message me, or you can unmute and ask. So in what circumstances, or in the officially how they are going to use, I have explained. So one is a simple example, like just comparing profit and revenue sales. So what is your actual, how you can plan for next year, like that I said. And this is also, if I plan for different products, what could be the value we have planned. One more example also I'll show you. So before that, any doubts, you ask me. Adarsh, Aisha, Chaitra. Any doubts? Shall we continue, or you want one more example? Okay. Let me give one more example, then I will complete this scenario manager. I'll take another sheet. So now it's cost allocation, or what we say, if I have branches in different area. Okay. So if I wanted to invest in Bangalore or Delhi, or if it is Mumbai, and what are the uh, I just write tools, then furniture, then I'll write land, then building. So for the approximate, like we can compare for various area when we are planning for an industry, how much we could invest. Okay. So as per Bangalore cost, so maybe $1,000, $2,000, 1,500, building for 2,000. So I'm just giving approximate value. My server is slow, so it's not responding. Few minutes. Okay, let me continue with the new sheet. So same example will continue. So different area you can type, and how much you are planned to invest, that items you can enter. So it depends on the different area we have to use. Okay. So here we fix the total. Alt plus symbol for auto sum. You can drag. Okay. So this is your table. Fine. Now, okay. So now if this is the values I'm using or I'm investing, and how much total cost for Bangalore, Delhi and Mumbai, it's given. Suppose they are asking you to plan different values, or they are giving one budget level, till then you can invest or you can allocate for your branches. So in that case, how do we analyze it? Data, what if analysis, scenario. So add, so it's now for Bangalore. Changing cells. What are the cells involved in Bangalore? Then say okay. So now the plan is 1500. So I may change to 2250. Edit I'll give. So what and all changes I want, I will do this. Here I'll reduce to 3000. Here I will increase to 4500. So now I'm just planning for Bangalore. So add another one in Bangalore only, another record I'm creating. That means another scenario I'm creating. So again, I give low budget value. So 1000. So whatever is actual, I try to reduce that plan. Okay. So all I have done. So now I plan for two things. One is higher value, one is lower value. Now see the summary, and this is the value is getting affected. So you can see now in this table, it's showing what is the current value, what is the first plan, what is the second plan. Suppose they are approving the higher one, 11, you can go up to 11,750. Then how do you differentiate here? You can go here, you can find out scenario, which is the plan they are approved. They can select and show it in the worksheet, or just you can use for editing purpose, or sorry, comparison purpose, or you can generate pivot table. It's your choice. Okay, so which value they are saying, you can show that value, you can continue. And whenever you come to the report, what is the actual, what is the, but two different inputs, different values you are given, that you can analyze. Okay, so the way how you can use, it depends on our, you can plan for budget, you can work for different departments, and you can analyze by ourselves if this is the things, like if these are all the investments or expenses, if I do, what will be my total sales, total profit. So all this you can compare, and that is the purpose of scenario manager. Okay, so next we will move on to the next option, that is in what if analysis we have goal seek. So goal seek is to achieve the result in a cell. So the next option, goal seek. To achieve the target value in a cell which contains formula or functions. So to achieve the target value in a cell which contains formula. So compulsory, you can try to get a value. For example, same thing, how much I'm going to invest raw material, how much I will invest for packing the material product, and what are the expenses, like direct expenses we are doing. So now what will be the total cost? So adjust a cell. Direct expenses, total cost. So now F2 for editing the cell value. So I invest for $1,000. Packing will be 20 rupees. Direct expenses will be 500 rupees. So what will be the total cost? So it's just a sum of these three cells. Right now, only this much input. So this is your expected. So right now, this much you have spent. So total cost for your product is 1,520. If you are adding profit, you can add it. Now, suppose they are telling we want only the total cost up to 1,500. I don't want to make it 1,520. So we want to spend only 1,500 for the production cost for a particular product. So if they tell, so I have to do changes, the 20 rupees in any of the three cell adjustment have to be done, no? So that I can use using goal seek. It's very simple task. So only thing it, what is a set cell 1,000, which is J10. What is a two value? I wanted to change to 1,500 by changing cells. So you should select among the three any one. Let me reduce direct expenses. Say okay. So to achieve the total cost, so I said 1,500, that difference you no need to calculate. That will only calculate and write it to that cell. So this is called goal seek. Or other way, now it is 1,500. They are telling you have to make it 1,700. The total cost of the product, we can go up to 1,700. So to make it 1,700, I should do changes in any one of the cell. Where I should change, you should take decision. That's it. So goal seek, what is the value? So I want to change to 1,700. Then which cell I wanted to alter? You assume now raw material is increased. So I will put it in the raw material, that difference, to make it my total cost is 1,700. So the difference we will calculate. No, instead of that, this goal seek command will calculate and update to that cell, so that your formula will get changed automatically. It's getting, it's very simple one. To achieve the target value in a cell by changing, achieve the target value in a cell by changing any one of the cell value used in the formula. Yeah. So it will automatically adjust that value by doing changes in any one of the cell which is involved in the formula. So the, which is your target cell, it must contain formula. But if there is no formula, for example, in this cell, there is no formula, you assume I have written manually 1,700, then that cannot be used for goal seek. Or if I take this cell for goal seek, it won't support. You can see this. So if I say here I10, what is the two value? If I say 500, by changing cell. So if I do changes here in packing, Will it reflect? It won't reflect because the cell must contain a formula. So the target value, whatever you wanted to achieve, go to that cell. Make sure I referred J10. J10 is the total cost cell, which is calculated by adding raw material plus packing plus direct expenses. So now to value. So however we wanted to alter, whether it is increased value or decreased value. Excuse me, server work ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, so local system ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. Okay. So changing cell, you select any one of the cell. Maybe now we are increasing direct expenses. Say okay. So immediately the value will get affected. So one small task is how much difference, which cell, if you tell automatically, sorry, what is your target value and which where you want to reflect, if you tell, it will increase. Okay. Suppose I wanted to involve more than one cell, the changing cell value can be more than one cell. That is also possible. That you will learn under scenario, solver tool. Okay, so that you will learn later part. Okay, next. So now in what if analysis, the last option is data table. So scenario manager is about what? So it's basically used in the place of sales forecasting, then expenses allocation, then production plan. In all these planning area, you can introduce scenario manager where you can compare actual with budgeted plan. Okay, and finally which is approved, you can reflect that to your worksheet. So this is about scenario manager. Okay, and this is about, okay, my small question already, scenario manager where this cell is having some format. I want to use the same format for goal seek. What is the simplest way to do that? It's a small question. Anybody can answer. I have some formatting. I just applied the background color as yellow, text as bold. This formatting I want to again reuse for the cell where I have written goal seek. Anybody can answer immediately. I just want to use the format from one cell to another cell. If you're live, you are attending, you are listening, please tell the answers. Any one of you. Ramya, Rajesh, Rishit, Yukta, Chaitra. My question is the same cell formatting I want to use from G2 to the cell called G5. What is in G2? That formatting I wanted to apply for G5. So what could be your answer? Response immediately, any one of you among you people. Okay. Preetham, Rishit, Satyam, Tejas, Chaitra, Vishnu. Any one of you unmute and tell, or you just give me the chat message. Alfia, can you answer? Anybody is listening? Mohammed, Nidhi, Aisha. Simple question I have asked you people. Here, what is in G2 that cell formatting I want for G5? Okay, so it's a very simple question. So for this, the answer is in home tab, I have format painter. From one cell, I can just pick up the format, then I can apply for another cell. This is called format painter. The other way, you can copy and paste only the formats from one cell to another cell. Okay, fine. Try to respond. Okay, so this is about what if analysis, the two options. After 10 minutes break, we will continue back. Okay, so one more option is there. Let us continue. So take 10 minutes break. We'll come back again. Okay. So now in the what if analysis, the last option, data table. Okay. So I write here data table. So we can create a table. In the table, we can fill with some formulas. So you can have the set of values in the first row and first column of the table, and you can add a formula will automatically fill for all other cells. So that is called data table. Okay. Can be filled with array of formulas by referring values from first row and first column of your table, or it's basically the table with the array of formulas, that is called data table. So now let us take, suppose I want to prepare a table where it's example, I want to show for various investment, and if I give the certain percentage of interest, so what will be the value they may get, or even the compound interest calculation, or it could be any formula. Okay, so let us start with a simple example. So I have in the first column various amount values. Okay, so for starting from 10,000, 25,000, 50,000, 1 lakh, then 3 lakhs. So like this, I have various values. Okay, now the top row, we may fix the percentage. So let's say 3%, 5%, 6%, 7. So like this, I fill the values. Now equals. So here for every cell, I wanted to fill with the only for this area. Now which region I have selected, which range I have selected. In this area, I want to fill with formulas. So that's called a sequence of continuous rows, continuous cells. We call it as arrays also. Now, what is your formula? You should mention in the left corner of the table. So the left corner of the table is used for formula equals the last row of that column multiply by last row of that particular last cell of that row. So it's basically multiplication process. It has to take the cross like the last row. You could observe. So there should not be any empty cells in that. You have to fill in the sequence like first column and first row must be filled with some values, and how it should do calculate that model you have to give in the left column. After finishing all, just select your table, go to what if analysis, data table, row input, you select the last row, column input, you select the last column. That's it. Now you can see, you could observe that what is that there in this. It's not showing the actual formula. It's showing a table of that cell referencing it is showing. It's not showing the formula. So this is you wanted to show the values, but you don't want to show the formula. Or if you fill for one cell, automatically it has to fill for entire table. In these cases, you can introduce data table. The model of the formula will be in the left corner, whether it is addition, multiplication, or we can say one more example. So I wanted to prepare compound interest or simple interest. Okay. So in the simple interest, suppose the investors or the account holders starting from minimum 5,000 rupees, 10,000, 15,000 or any sequence. Okay. Or whatever they have given up to 5,001, up to 50,000, another percentage, up to 1 lakh, 1 lakh, another values, then 5 lakhs. So whichever our tariff or our limit, you can set over there. So the percentage will be maybe starting from 2%, 3, 3.5, then 4, like this. Now, for 5 years, if they invest, what could be the interest? So I'll select here last row into last column multiply by 5. So PNR by 100 will do no usually. So the same thing I have done. So principal amount into rate of interest is there, and here I have added at the last 5 years. So now select the full table. See to that in this, there should not be any empty row or empty column at the top row or the left column. That we should make sure. Okay. Then data table, row input cell, I select the last row. Then column, I select the last column. Give OK. Now the values will be filled. So inside every cell, so it's the combination, it's a 5 lakhs into 4% into 5 years. For 5 years, we have given what is a simple interest. They invest 5 lakhs. So they will get at the end of the 5th year, 1 lakh rupee as the interest. So like this, if like for example, if the tariff, like what you say, interest rate will be differ for the period or differ from plan, or what we say in which plan they are investing, it differs. So like this, you wanted to prepare a table with set of formulas, then go for data table. So basically data table is for what purpose? It can be filled with the formulas by referring values from first row and first column of a table, where the formula could be anything. So if suppose I change into the smaller value, for example, I have here the values in this way. In that row, I have 10, 20, 30. If this is my table, you assume. So now here I just say this cell plus, instead of multiplication, I'm taking plus addition. Okay. So now if I literally fill this, so there is no what we say purpose, but still we are filling. So whatever addition work, it will happen now. So you could observe. So this is a combination of the column value 20 and the row value 3. So I got 23. So everywhere the formula is filled properly. So you no need to fill that, write only once, automatically this data table will fill for us. So there the left corner of the table should be empty. You'll be writing a formula. This formula is involved with any expression, addition, subtraction, multiplication, or this type of interest calculator. So any calculation. So basically for science, engineering, or even in our cases like whichever related to accounting. So for all, if they have to prepare a table with set of values with formulas, then go to data table. Okay. So that's it about what if analysis. And once we take solver, again, we will recall with the goal seek. Okay. So these are all the three options. So what if analysis is basically, if this is a case, what will be your output? So that comparison I can do. So using scenario manager, goal seek, and data table. And this is for, as I said, the people who belongs to sales, marketing, production, planning, forecasting, in all these area, they use these tools much. Okay. So particularly it's useful for business people, those who are in analyzing the business value, business process. It will be useful. So this forecast sheet later with the advanced Excel you will be learning. Okay. Now, so next option I'm going to explain. There is an options called subtotaling or subtotal. Okay. So if the data is organized in group wise, area wise, product wise, zone wise, or any grouping, if you have department wise, product wise, or area wise, or date, based on date or based on month. So if the data is organized into groups, you wanted to get total under each group, then you can go for subtotal. So whenever I want to do subtotal, first I should have a information where it should be grouping related, aggregated, plus the data must be sorted. That means you have to arrange the data in particular order, then you can go for subtotal. So now we'll see the example. So subtotal, I'll just take the product code, then area, then zone, then how much quantity, what is the price, what is the total sales. So let us fill few values here. So I just applying border. Then I'm selecting only the heading. I bring it to center of the cell. I extend the row height. Then I'll share with the color. I will apply the font color. So these are all you might have tried already. Then all this numeric value, I want to change to dollar symbol. So currency, I just add a dollar. Then I don't want decimal place, make it 0. Say okay. Okay. Now I got the simple table. Now I first do sorting. So home sorting. So how you want to do sorting? So right now you can see it has organized with the product code. You are getting this? So everything is in an all P101, 102, 103. If you want advanced sorting, go to data sorting option. Instead of product code, let us take zone. Okay. So zone wise A to Z. So now you can see all the data is organized into zone. So some order, the data must be ordered in a particular column wise, whether ascending or descending, it is your choice. Now, if I want to do subtotal, so click on the subtotal, which is in the same data ribbon, the last option subtotal. So here I wanted to get subtotal on the quantity or price or total sales. So it has taken automatically total sales. If this is your choice, you can leave it total sales, it's selected. Then I want not on the product code, I want zone wise total. So I wanted to know what is the total sales for north and south. So I'll take okay. You can see here it's divided into all north, one south, another zone like grouping. So I got what is the total sales for north, total sales for south. Extend this. So now you could see, and what is the overall sales. So this is called subtotaling. Once again, I will tell you, select your data, subtotal. So how you want, if you want to see based on products, select product code. You wanted to do what calculation, which is based on sum, count, average. So which function you wanted to use, select. So now the first example, I want again, based on each product code, sum I want. The sum where you want, whether you want in the quantity or you want in the total sales. Let me try with quantity. Quantity also, the column which contains numbers. So the subtotaling column, you must select the column which has only numeric value. Okay. So now I can see sum of quantity sold for each product. Okay. So now I can say, okay. So you could see this. It is as the data is not organized under product code. So let us do that. So sorting, instead of zone, I want in product code. Now you try subtotal, it will be easy. So now you can see only total for quantity of sold, how much we sold for P101, the sales is only 1710. For product 2, 1000. For product 3, 550. Product 4, 500. So 4 and 5 is 350. So what is the total quantity of sales we have done for all entire 4110? But in that, in detail, how much for first product, how much is for product 1 or 2. So all you can analyze. So this is called subtotal. Okay. And here, once you get subtotal, you can see there is a left side navigation where you can minimize it and you can see only the subtotals. I don't want to see full detail. I want only the total of each product. I can hide. This is the total sales. If I expand, I can see only products. If I expand, suppose I'm concentrating only on 103, I can expand 103. So I'm getting sales for 103 in Kerala and Karnataka. There is only 2 zones. For product 102, I'm getting for almost south as well as in north zone. So I can find only for particular product. So when you say subtotaling, automatically this grouping and outlining will happen automatically. We no need to do anything. Okay, so which you, if you make minus or expand it, full data you can see. I don't want to show all for you. I can close it. I can show only the detailed information about 3 and 4. So these are all the things are possible with subtotal. So once again, we'll try another example. Instead of sum, let us take one more. So if you have this kind of data, it will be useful for subtotal. Okay. So now I wanted to find out average sales for each area. Okay. So how do I do? So first, the thing I have to select this data, sort based on area. So now my analysis is based on area, or my report, I'm generating MIS reports for area wise. Organized. It's now the data is organized into area. You can see. Now what you should do, subtotal. Then I want based on area, not some average in total sales, average of total sales. Say okay. Now you could see it's not sum, it is average for each area. How much, what is the average sales in Andhra Pradesh? What is the average sales in Delhi? What is the average sales in Kerala, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu? So this analysis purpose, comparison purpose, or reporting purpose. So now I can pick up only this table. Okay, so I can copy it, I can bring into new sheet. So when we are analyzing, I wanted to see only for particular area. So only that I can do different formatting, whatever changes I want, including heading I can take. Right now I forgot to take the heading. So now I can analyze what is the total sales happen in Delhi. Sorry, it's not total sales, average sales for each products. So average sales of each product you could see. So if I double click, I will get only the formula. Okay, subtotal of this based on first column. This is based on, yeah. Okay, this is one thing, and one more. We'll see one more thing in this data subtotal. So I want to select more than one subtotal in two different. For example, it's based on area, right? Okay, grouping is based on area, but I want subtotal in quantity as well as total sales. So at a time, more than one column. Break if you want, you can give, or else it's your choice. You say okay. Now I got subtotal in quantity, subtotal in price for each area. So total sales in Andhra Pradesh is 340, and total sales is, so quantity need not to be in dollar. By mistake I have given. I will change it. So number format, make it general. So it should not be dollar. It should be in terms of thousands, lakhs, but not in dollars. Okay. Now, my conclusion is here. Now we got in each area, what is the total quantity we have sold out, and what is the value of the sales. So both I can analyze. So what are the other things I should consider? First, I should have a data which comes under grouping, or some repeated information should be there. And next thing, the data should be sorted. It should be organized in one particular order on which you are doing analysis. Second one, in the subtotaling, you can use the columns which contains numbers for subtotaling, because it has to calculate, it has to do some all basic mathematical calculations like sum, average, minimum, maximum, standard deviation. So the columns what we select for subtotal must have numeric value, and you are allowed to select more than one column. If you are trying with different table, you will get still more choices. And you want to do grouping, you want to get subtotal based on what kind of, like now I have taken product wise, area wise, zone, then like that, under which group, department wise, then what you can say, category wise, stock category, then item wise, or if it is a employee related, department wise, then job wise, if it is expenses, again branch, expenses category. So like that you can organize the data, and on which you wanted to get the totaling, subtotaling under each group, that user can select. And this will help you for analyzing for a particular group of data, aggregate group. And second thing, you can analyze and concentrate only for which area you are concentrating, that is possible. And it's mainly for creating reports, MIS reports, it will be useful. Okay. So in Excel, you can more you can present your data the way however we want. Only thing, we should know what kind of data it is, what comparison and analysis, what is a requirement for our top management. Based on that, how do you organize them? So in the first class, as we discussed, Excel is a very easy tool where you can presentation of data, organizing the data, filtering the data will be easier. After that, once you organize it, you can easily compare, analyze. Now if I want how much I got sales in Kerala, I can easily figure out and tell quickly. So once we generate a report, if I'm discussing about Kerala area, how do we improve our business, so I can easily point out this is the sales, this is the total amount, and what are the in this I wanted to know who is getting highest. So I want, instead of sum, let us select average or sum, maximum. So I can see among this which is the highest. So the highest is 27 lakhs, means it is happen in Kerala. So by seeing the overall data, I can immediately point out which area is having high maximum sales. So here maximum is 27 lakhs. So 27 lakhs is happened in Kerala. So that is this data. So subtotal is help for organizing our data, and from the organized data you can what you say, you can extract only what you want, and based on that you can take decision, you can solve the problem, you can come do the comparisons. Okay, so finally it will be useful for taking decisions, solving the problems. So that's where MIS reports will be helpful for a business. So to know the basic knowledge, only thing, what is happening in business, how you are going to generate report, how do you use this Excel tool, what are the simplest, easiest way to develop the reports. Only if you know, you can easily work with Excel. Okay. So any doubts? Anybody have doubts with subtotal? After subtotal, as I said, I can point, I don't want to concentrate on all. I want to see which is the highest sales we got. Now, if I expand, again, I can point out among this, which is the highest. 27 lakhs is where is happening in Kerala. So, and only you can take out this separate and you can put it in a new table where, okay, full data is coming out. Okay. So we'll see in pay special anything is possible. Okay, it's getting pasted full data, or only you can select the Kerala information. Then you can use this for a table. Okay. Fine. Okay. So again, in respect to last class, this simple things we'll see. Here in the illustration, so this is about subtotal, that's all. You can try, and any further information you want, you just message me. So now you can see in insert, last class we have seen illustrations where you could insert shapes and diagrams. Now even you can insert the screenshot in background, which screen is appearing. Suppose I open another file. Okay. I want this thing, like what is there in the background, this I wanted to bring it to my another workbook. Okay, so whichever screen you have, okay, it's not only the Excel, any window. Even if I open a web browser, I want cricket score. So anything like stock market. So whichever I want, if this thing should appear, for example, I'll say stock marketing. So I wanted to get today's stock market value. So this, I wanted to bring it as picture in my worksheet. So what I can do when I'm working in a sheet, so here you have an option called screenshot. So I should go and select which is my area. So from here to here. So today stock market value I want to show in my worksheet, but not the actual data. This is picture data. So you can see you got as a picture. So once again, I'll tell you how do you do that. Insert any data or information from another program. You want to bring it to Excel sheet where you can bring only in form of images. You wanted to bring only in form of images. Then use in illustration. There is an option called take screenshot. So screen clipping. So whichever background you opened, that window, in that only which portion you want, only that much you can select. No need of selecting all, only how much we want you can select. And then if you leave the mouse, automatically that full content will be appearing. So then you can organize into Excel. So when you bring it to Excel, again you have the tab called format. Using this, what and all alignment, formatting, so all the things you can try. Okay. So if necessary, you can use, or it's our choice. Okay. So I just applied the red color border, you could see. Okay. So the what are the changes you would like to add that you can try? Okay. I've applied red color border and I wanted to add the thickness of the border. You can add. So that you will bring as it's your original data. Hmm. So this is the use of screen clipping. So now it's not like something when you are presenting data from others, it's not necessary you should type in Excel. You can bring in form of pictures also. When I'm doing this, when I'm explaining, or when we need, I can use this type of picture data, which I can place it in my Excel sheet. So when you bring it to Excel sheet, this in using format, whichever effects you wanted to give, you can use. So the plain format will be useful. Hmm. And the top of it, you wanted to mark. So where you got the less value. So what I'm going to do, I'm just adding a shape by marking on it. So I'm going to take a straight arrow where I wanted to point out what is happening in this month, in this particular day. So this I will point out and I can write my explanation. So all this is if it is necessary when you are explaining with your clients, customers, or with your top management. So you can utilize. So we can bring picture to Excel sheet. It is possible. However, we do in MS Word. You can take online picture, you can take offline picture, you can use shapes to represent some data. You can bring smart art. So in the smart art, you can give the information. Okay. And same way, we have a option called screen clipping. So through this, I try to bring. So here, if I wanted to get the information about Sensex. So first let me have about the Sensex. So this today, our market Sensex is 51,279.51. How much we got increased? So it is 50.50 is increased. So this table, this graph, I want to bring it to my Excel sheet when I'm explaining. So about, so as I said just now, screen clipping, you can click, you can select only which portion you want. You can bring it here. So which will be useful for analyzing. So what's happened for between the time. So it's already predefined. It's there with the online. That data I'm bringing to Excel for my explanation purpose. So which period I'm getting higher values that I can mark. So that means the highest area. So where I can use this formatting tool. So in this, I'm trying to fix my own. It's one shape, arrow shape I have taken, where I like to give my own explanation, or I wanted to point this. So here, if it is necessary, I can turn up this arrow. So these are all very basic thing you can try. Okay. Then you wanted to change the color of the shape. So I want to mark in red color. I want to make it thin arrow. So all whichever things like I want to change the effects of this. I'll bring it to this shape. So on the top of it, what is going on, where I'm marking. So I added a shape. So these are all like I want to point. So in this time, in the exactly on 11 a.m. So what happened in the business? So when I'm doing, I can use this type of pictures. You're getting? So these are all the way you can add pictures, shapes, diagrams in worksheet, again for your reporting purpose. Okay, so if you are doing real transactions, you can do. Your sales is getting increased, why the Sensex is increased. If the sales is decreased, what is the reason, why it is, because of that day, that data I'm getting reflected today. So what are the companies? So if I'm investing in Tata, why I'm getting the values in the price changes, or Bajaj Finance. So where, so your investments, your funding, your banking, your sales, your from where you are getting raw material, any of the, due to any of the changes, your production, your cost, your profit may increase or decrease. So I can explain to the marketing people. Okay, so these are all the way I can use Excel. So day by day, I'm telling where and all you can utilize, where and all the, it will be really helpful as a business administrative people. You can in future, you will be the planner, you will be the executive, you will be the team members. So for handling sales, analysis, production, or you will be having your own company. So in every place, you can try to implement this Excel tool, and you can achieve a lot of what do you say, a lot of progress in the business. These are all the way you can try. Okay, so only if you learn as a implementation point of view, you can remember for long. Okay, so just as a learner, if you learn, you will forget after one exam or after tomorrow itself. Okay, so but if you learn based on the, what you say, the implementation way, why this tool is, why the subtotaling, why I should use gold seek, where I can use it. If you remember, at least if you go in future, you will easily make out, you can solve your problems. So try to learn in that motivation you learn. Okay, any doubts you can ask me. So today's topic only what if analysis we have done, then subtotaling we have done, and how do you bring screen clipping inside your table. And every time I try to recall the previous options, like what is sorting, how do you format, how do you change the currency symbol, what is format painter. So every class I'm doing this, but you have to respond at least, try in a day, like after, in this week, whenever you are free, try all these things, send to my mail id. Already I have given my mail id to you people. If you send, I can come to know what is your practice, and how much I can give more examples. Okay, fine. Any further doubts you could ask me. Rajesh, can you tell me which formula I can use to join two strings, or the data in two cell I want to combine into third cell. So what formula I should use? My question again, I'm repeating. I have data in two cells, A1, A2. In A3, by using a formula, I wanted to combine A1 and A2 into A3, not addition, it is text. For example, in one data I have Excel, in another cell I have 2019. In the third cell, I want to bring Excel 2019 as one. single data. So what formula I should use? Ramya, Shashank, Subham, Yukta, anybody can answer. What is a function name to combine data from two different cells into one cell, or n number of cells you can combine and bring it to one cell using formula? It should bring me the text, adding the text into one cell. What is a formula I should use? Anybody can answer? Yukta, Aisha, Santosh, are you there? Vishnu, Vijay, Muhammad, anybody can answer? See, here I have the data Excel. Here I have the value 2016. In EAT 50, I want to combine both of them. So what should I do? Any answers? So I will only tell concatenate. First cell, comma, second cell. So this is a function, will combine the text into one cell. Without the function, if you want to do, I can use the cell ampersand another cell. So this is formula using concatenation. Okay. The above one is built-in function, that is concatenation. Concatenation means joining multiple text into one. So it can be involved with not only two cells, n number of cells. Okay. Yeah. Any doubts? That's it for today's class. We'll continue on Monday. So I'm going to end the session today. Thank you all of you. We'll meet you on Monday. So till then, last class we have done data validation. Then this class, what if analysis, subtotaling, sorting, filtering, flash fill. So all these options you please try and come for Monday. Okay. Thank you.